Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox. We're back here with our plucky little space colony, the possibly temporary space prison. I'm not entirely sure whether we decided any of it possibly temporary because the update is going live tomorrow when we might be able to return to our old colony, or because there's a high probability of death and the duplicates are really only here temporarily. It really could be either of those two scenarios, but we're back to play a little bit more. Continue to expand our colony a little bit. Tonight, I really want to try and get a handle on some of the heat issues and things. You can see if we check our temperature overlay, it's not actually very hot in here. It's not too bad. But if we're going to continue to expand outwards, there's lots of heat and stuff around, so it would be really nice to be able to cool things off. Now, we set up in our last stream our little oxygen supply system up top here. Here's our oxygen room, and of course the oxygen goes into this water at like 38 degrees, but it's coming out at like 28 degrees, which is still kind of on the hot side. A little too warm relative to what we want it to be, but you know, we can get a handle on that. We just need to get some stuff to sort of take care of it. So normally I would have streamed this last night on a Tuesday night. However, YouTube unfortunately decided it wasn't going to function very well last night, so I decided to stream last night on Twitch instead. I didn't play Oxygen Unincluded because I didn't want anyone to miss the stream. Instead, we played a little bit of Don't Starve, the new Hamlet closed beta, so that was kind of fun to play around with. But we're back tonight with some Oxygen Unincluded. And then we'll still have our normal Thursday night stream for this as well. So hopefully most of you or all of you can make it. Welcome everyone who's here so far. And if you're watching this on the channel afterwards, welcome as well. So on top of taking a shot at getting over to where the cold biome is, now I believe it was down here in the lower left. Yeah, we have a little bit of a cold biome we can catch a glimpse of over here. It's kind of a little bit out of the way. Our duplicates are going to have to take maybe a bit of a circuitous route to get down there. But once we can get down there, it'd be nice to kind of get some stuff from the cold biome, so we want to do that. But I'm also planning to continue to taking duplicates endlessly, which is probably where I'm thinking there's a high probability of death in this colony, because we're sort of treading water on our food right now, and as we continue to bring in duplicants, we won't be treading water anymore. It'll be like treading water with cinder blocks tied to us. So we are going to need to do something a little bit more with the food as well. We are already at 18 duplicants, where lately I have been capping it. But today, there is no cap. We will go until the duplicates cry mercy, and then we'll go some more. And then they'll all die, and it will be fun. But let me just throw a little door in here. I'm going to try and control some of the air pressurization, at least a little bit, because this one generator is not really going to be enough oxygen production. I'm probably going to need to create a second one. Theoretically, I could split this off, and we have done them before, where I've done 2 of them related to a single room. But actually, once we get rid of this water over here, it might be more feasible to expand out this way. Put a second one in here, maybe. Put like another oxygen pump here. Another electrolyzer here, and then break the wall out up top here and let all the hydrogen from both sides sort of flow toward the middle. So we might try to do that. We'll see how that goes over. But we'll see. In the meantime, we do need to add some more space in here because we're definitely going to need to have more quarters. CrypticFox, please add a Durgan dupe to die. Aw, Durgan, you want to come back and die in the colony again? Oh, fantastic. What mic do you use for these voiceovers? I have a Blue Yeti. It's a USB mic. It's not necessarily the best mic in the market, or on the market, or whatever. I have debated using a mic that isn't a USB mic, but there's a little bit more involved in getting those set up, so it's not something that I've pursued yet. However, I do know that sometimes the sound quality in these is... well, it's been really good for me, and it's actually been quite an effective microphone. There are times where it's actually too sensitive, and that kind of creates some challenges. And that's sort of an issue that comes up specifically with this kind of a USB mic. Okay, this spacing on this middle area is actually not quite what I thought it would be. Huh, all right, we gotta spread this out. We're gonna go towards the actual doors. We'll try to we'll just mirror what's right below. Try to get similar room spacing above, so we have plenty of places for our soon-to-be-dead duplicants to rest before they go to their final rest. Cerberus Bloodmore with a $2 super chat. Only today and tomorrow. You spoil us at CrypticFox. I tell you what, I've been desperately craving more Don't Starve. I'm kind of addicted to it at the moment. I love when new stuff comes out and you get to like play around and experiment and do some exploring and things. So I'm super addicted right now. Oh, what is this? That's new. Sculpting block increases decor and reduces stress. All right. So there was an update recently. I didn't really look at what was in it. I didn't have time to kind of look it up. Usually in these kind of like beta branch updates, there's not like a ton of stuff. It's mostly like bug fixes and that kind of thing. But it looks like they actually added something in, so that's cool. We're gonna dig out over top of this so we can actually finish the roof in here. Make sure we leave plenty of space so the water doesn't break through. We need a Doopy McDoop face. That'd be different. Use a Blue Yeti as well, USB, but it's very quiet in Windows 10. How do you keep it loud? You know, I don't know. What I found in general when I hooked this thing up is it was overpowering. So I actually have my gain on it set really, really low. So I mean, I guess you could check a couple things. I mean, if you look on your in Windows 10, if you go down and look on your, where is it, sound settings, then go to find your input device for the Blue Yeti, and click on device properties, and then in here check your levels and see how this is set in here. I keep mine at around a 70, and I have my gain set actually pretty low because it's super sensitive. If I have it up too high, you hear like everything that's going on. Like someone upstairs on the second floor sneezes and the mic will pick it up, so it's crazy. Hey, more Hamlet, need more pogs in my life. We're gonna play probably a lot of Hamlet before the closed beta is finished. So if anyone's not enjoying Hamlet, I'm really sorry, because we're gonna keep playing it. That's just how it is. That's the way it was when we liked it. Let's do more insulation in here. Now, actually, spacing in here is a little funny, so we're gonna step this down a level, the same as we have on the other side. Do our standard 400. Well, that was super derpy. Derp. I derped it. We'll do the same height room over here. And this side over here, I think I'm just gonna seal the whole thing off with insulation. Like that. We'll just leave one exit point for now. Food shortage! We're gonna see a lot of those, let me tell you. When we keep bringing in duplicants, things are gonna get nasty. Okay. What I'm thinking is maybe over here we can start to build a mushroom farm. I am a little bit concerned about the slime. We do have a storage locker over here that's storing some of it, but it's kind of not ideal. We do need carbon dioxide in order for the mushrooms to grow, so we can't really do a whole lot oxygen-wise. Germs down here are pretty nasty once we start to dig into this, so it's gonna get a little pukey down here. We actually don't need these so much, so we can deconstruct one of these. We don't have outhouses anymore, so we don't have as much nasty dirt to deal with. Watched the video of you playing the new character. It was cool. Yeah, he's actually really awesome. And he's pretty much right in line with what I need because he's got a really high sanity level, and it seems like he gains sanity really quickly just by running around with coins. So I have a tendency to go insane in that game a little bit. That kind of helps out a little bit. All right, Camille. We have a yokel who's germ resistant. That's probably somebody we should be bringing in, considering what we're thinking of doing. Twinkle Toes, Diver's Lungs, and Buff, but a slow learner. I don't really care about the research speed so much. We have researchers for that. The minus 30% skill leveling is kind of a pain. And for all these benefits they have, they don't really have a lot of good attribute settings. I think we're going to go with the yokel. They won't do research, but again, not a problem. But they are germ resistant. They have some good other traits. So this can be Durgan 8D. Welcome to the colony. I'm sorry for your future death, which is coming up shortly. Nope. We also stalled on our research. We should probably do some of that. We have researchers hanging around, just doing nothing, getting paid. Dollar bills, y'all. Just to sit around doing nothing. Low resistance conductors, maybe? Yeah, it doesn't really matter at this point. I think we're kind of getting all the stuff that I don't have the resources unlocked for yet anyway. So that's fine. Sam A, $2 super chat. Insulate floor above batteries in the lower right. Is it not insulated? No, it's not. You're right. Temperature down here. Well, see, this thing here tends to be pretty warm also. Everything that's clustered down in this lower right tends to be a little bit on the not so wonderful temperature-wise side. I'd kind of like to play around and build a refrigeration system. I've never really made a point of specifically building one as a refrigerator. I've always just made a point of like cooling oxygen as I tried to feed it into the colony. So I feel like I should experiment a little bit with that and try to muck around with it. If we can keep this stuff down here cool, and we can keep the base largely insulated, and the oxygen that's coming in is a reasonably good temperature, and for the most part, heat in our colony won't really present a problem. I mean, things are getting warmer in here. We do have these generators down here. Let's stop running on the treadmills. Let's disable both of these. We'll save some duplicate power, save a little bit of heat generation in the middle of the colony. And we'll just take it one step at a time that way. See how that goes. we're producing food down here. I totally forgot we didn't end up building a kitchen in here. I ended up doing something weird instead. And where did all our hatches go? I'm concerned I might be storing the eggs. Critter eggs. Yeah, we are. That's not good. There they are. Aha. And so the problem begins. Okay, so we don't have a cook station, and I'm thinking if we don't have a cook station, we might actually have... Do we have raw eggs here somewhere? Cooking ingredients. Oh, we do. We have all kinds of raw eggs. I could be making omelets. I didn't realize that I had them still storing that stuff, so they went bad in there. Nick Boss, $2 super chat. Missed the stream yesterday. Darn YouTube. I didn't end up streaming yesterday on YouTube, Nick. I ended up streaming on Twitch instead, and I played a little bit of Don't Starve, the new Hamlet closed beta, which is super fun. We played that instead. Let's build a little storage thing over here. So you didn't miss anything on YouTube. I do still have the stream recorded, but I was kind of debating whether I should upload it or not, given I was already uploading another video for Hamlet today, where I was playing around with the new character. So I don't know. I have not decided if I should upload the other one too. It's kind of big. Okay, we're producing... What do these produce at? I totally forget. My brain is like... Swiss cheese today. 400 watts. These produce at 600, I believe. If I recall correctly. 600 watts. So I was producing 800. I'm now producing 600. But we're not actually drawing that much right now. So I'll keep an eye on the power, I think. If we start to run into power issues, then we can... crank up our second generator and we'll let that run. I don't think I got to the point of making a smart battery down here. If we do that, then I can just actually do a smart battery instead. Then I can keep them both active and only use them as required. Yeah, we do have the power. We've got the power. All right, let's smart battery this thing up. Get our smarts on. I have like no refined materials. This isn't gonna end well. Gold ore, gold amalgam. We have 4,900, so we can make some of this. Good enough. Still snow. 600 yen. Looking forward to your streams. Keep it up. Thanks, Still Snow. Glad you enjoy them. Thank you for the super chat. Welcome, as always. Ooh, I forgot I still had this going, but that's okay, actually, because that one oxygen producing system that we've got at the top is probably not really that optimal in terms of the volume. Once we get this capped off, it will help a little bit, because we won't be pressurizing areas that aren't really necessary. If I was smart, which, you know, I only occasionally manage to accomplish, we'll hook up the door here. So they go in and out of there a little quicker. We'll lose a little less oxygen. Am I taking every dupe? You bet I am. We're at 19 so far. Death and starvation is in our near future. Unless we get a very serious overproduction of some other foods and stuff. So our duplicants, I think, are going to get a little germy. Let's get them in here. I need to let the carbon dioxide fall down here, so I can't really seal this off. Not yet, anyway. I'm going to try and hollow out in here. We'll start a mushroom farm. But in the meantime, we're going to need a place to store our lovely slime. Which I think maybe I'll put, like, storage lockers under here. So let's go this way. We're going to dig down here. We'll undercut in this. And then I'll do a little floor in here, because, you know, why not? And then in here, we can put... couple storage lockers. And a deodorizer. No, I need a door. Should I even bother deodorizing the polluted oxygen? I mean, it's not really going to do a lot. Yeah, we'll do it anyway. I guess there's no real harm in cleaning it out, because one way or another, the oxygen is going to come out of here and it's going to rise upwards. And as long as we do the mushrooms over here, the oxygen that comes out of here should go up and it won't be a problem. As long as it's not overly germy when it does. Let's get rid of the storage locker that's here, and instead we'll put it on the other side. This would probably be better if it was actually stored in liquid. But we'll make do, because then it wouldn't off-gas at all. You know what? I'm super indecisive today, as always. Welcome to my indecisive stream. This is how I roll. We're going to go this way instead. Cancel the ladder on this side for now. I'm going to put a bottle emptier up here, and we're going to fill this up with water after they get this all placed. We'll store the slime in there. We'll pump water in on top of it. And that should hopefully keep it all kind of sealed away. And then, because they're not going to be drawing the water out of there, it can kind of stay indefinitely, and it won't off-gas. So it should be fine. Should be fine. I should put the smart battery between the generators to cut it down on automation. How do you mean? Oh, in terms of the wire. Yeah, that probably would have made sense. The only thing I was thinking was in general in terms of heat. This battery is not charging at all. Is it even connected? Are we? There's no way we're using all of that power. Oh, maybe we are, because we're charging the batteries up here. Nope, this is literally doing nothing. What is going on here? Oh, I didn't... Oh, that's what it is. I didn't set the settings on it. I am smart. SMRT. Okay. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. Alright, never mind. It's still not working. What are you doing to me, battery? Power available 0. It's doing literally nothing. I swear it's connected. I'm certain it's hooked up to that thing. That's really weird. Alright. I'll leave it for now. I'm not super worried about it. As long as they keep producing... Well, they have a good amount of coal here, so as long as they keep that thing stocked up, I'm not super stressed about it. Alright, let's get our little bottle emptier over here. Okay, in here is where we're going to do our next little farming project. We are going to need a door. We're going to use a pneumatic door because... I don't know, because we can. Mushrooms don't really need that much space to grow in, so we can set up our fancy little farm tiles here. I don't think I need hydroponics. Just regular farm tiles, because it's only slime I think they use for fertilizer, so it should be fine. Polani with a $2 super chat. Thank you, Steelwolf19 Gaming. Here's a super chat from you. Oh, thanks, Steelwolf. Indirectly through Polani. CrypticFox got distracted while working on a project 3 times. Was that a squirrel? Stop it! I'm always distracted. There's no such thing as being distracted. It's a constant state of distraction. Part battery will probably start charging once the rest of the main batteries are full, since the battery was built later. It's a little buggy sometimes. Yeah, you know... Oh, there it goes. Now it's going. That's fine. I thought it might be because these weren't topped up, but then it looked like they were getting topped up. Oh, no, they're sitting flat at 40 now, so that's fine. Okay, we're good. So this thing will handle our little load balancing. I have a feeling these aren't going to shut down a whole lot. Yeah, they shut off like momentarily. Batteries drain, it kicks in, fills everything back up. It's going to take a while. Okay. First layer of our farm, we want to be right in here. I'm going to put a ladder there. We could put in a farm station, although I don't think we really have much fertilizer, but we'll do it anyway, just in case. You never know. It might crop up at some point. Let's put a ladder just inside the door. Stations. Farm station. Oh, this one's going to have to be 3 high. The other ones I could do 2 high, I think. Hollow all this out. I don't even know that we actually have enough of the seeds and stuff are in here, but we're going to find out. Much to my chagrin, probably. We're going to find out. Let's put this down here. Oh, yeah, that was super derpy. Can't go wrong with a little derpy farm placement. Cancel this. Throw a little insulated tile in here. This ladder can go upwards. I think we can get a 3-layer farm in here if we just have them at too high each, but I'm not 100% certain. So we're going to find out whether this ends up being too large. My primary concern is going to be CO2. So I think if we just go like so, that will kind of take care of itself. And then we'll set insulated tile all the way down in here. Let's see what they do with that. Oh, this thing I need to set for clean water. And we'll set it to enable auto-bottling. So this is going to take a little bit. It might actually be worth... You know, actually, if I was smart. You know what? I have a better idea. Let's just go like this. We'll just pipe the water in instead. It'll fill up to the point where this liquid vent is full. And then this will save all the duplicant effort. I know I already built this thing, but I changed my mind with high degrees of frequency. So it'll be fine. These are shutting down, so it's saving something. Yeah, it saves a little bit. I mean, our duplicants aren't running up here, so it's saving heat. We're producing CO2 down here, which I'm okay with, because that's going to feed our mushrooms anyway. We're scrubbing it if it gets up too high, because it gets up to this level. So, our natural gas is kind of layering right in here. We're going to have to deal with that at some point, because we have a couple of farty dupes in here. Some people insisted that they had to have flatulent duplicants. Oh, sand. Oh, sand in the way. Sand over here, too. Blocking the beds that nobody's living in. No, we can't do that. Where are the non-living duplicants going to sleep? Okay, this can no longer store critter eggs. That way they're sitting in their space fine. Okay, that's good. We are going to need more storage room, too, I think, eventually. Eventually. Why is this one empty? There's literally nothing in there. And what is miscellaneous? Oh, Bizlite's a miscellaneous item now. All right. That's good to know, I guess. I suppose it's not a building material anymore. Now it's just like a... I'm surprised they didn't put it into like a manufacturing material or something. Oh, right, you have gassy dupe. We have 2 gassy dupes, actually. 2 people wanted gassy dupes. Somebody right at the very beginning, and then somebody a little bit later on. So we're getting an ample supply of fart juice in here. You know, which is, a thing. I don't know. Actually, I'm not entirely sure I want this hatch farm here. I guess it's kind of in a layer where I'm not doing a lot because it's like at that right at that mixing point for the gases, so I probably shouldn't worry about it, but I did not think to put in airflow tiles up here, so let's do some of those. Not that there's any duplicants living in here yet, but there will be. For a very short period of time before we let them all die off. So we'll get that. I just want to make sure the air kind of distributes in here a little bit. I don't want it to be trapped too much. I like when it can move around. It's bad enough I have this farm in the middle that stops it from going anywhere. I think a Bizlite's used in late game insulator as an ingredient. Yeah, they changed it so it's just an ingredient now for producing insulation. Built your O2 generation with the 2 oxidizers and 2 sides hydrogen in the middle, 3 pumps at the bottom for O2, and it works so good. Yeah, that's so we sort of mocked that one together during a stream, and it definitely I could see the hydrogen pump in the middle being significantly better than having 2 of these side by side and the pump at the end, because it's harder for the hydrogen to move all the way over there. So if we do expand on this, I'm gonna branch it out over here. We'll do something similar on this side. It's the spacing's a little different, but that's okay. I think it'll be fine. Once we knock that wall down in between the 2 oxygen pumps, I think it'll be good. So we'll see what happens. We lack a farmer, so let's do a little promotion. We've had people in here trained as farmhands for a while, so we're going to move 1 to a farm job. But Nick is a farmhand, and we'll move Mackenzie to a rancher position. And then I guess that means we should finally put a grooming station in, because we haven't bothered doing that. Since we didn't actually have... We didn't have a rancher. TGP, you want to go over here? Ooh, look at people that don't have jobs. That's not good. Let's move Matt over here, too. Let's try and shift everyone around on these lower job positions, but give them as many different skill sets as we can before we promote people too much. Let's put Durgan and Zach can go in here. Okay. Our scientists are fine where they are right now. We don't really need to move them. General engineers, groundskeepers. Let's move Sun Honey Sage up, actually. It's get some better artwork in here. Although... well, never mind. We're actually almost finished with the artwork. I guess we could add some more in. Trying to improve... Oops, not that. Grooming station is what I want. Let's throw this in here. Trying to improve our decor in different areas of the colony, I suppose, that I haven't been dealing with. So we'll just throw some of this in here. Statue at the end. Bathroom's not so great. I wonder if you know, where these open tiles are, we can get a little bit of decor to radiate through them if I can... No, I can't put a picture there. Well, we can improve on the decor a little bit anyway, and that will help. That will help the sort of the aggregate effect over there. This sink's doing nothing special. Put that there. Our researchers, they actually have a little bit higher morale requirement than some of the other duplicants, so we should probably give them a little bit nicer space to work in. They've been toiling in anonymity for cycles and cycles, as I do nothing to improve their allotted life. Let's try to make things a little prettier for them. There we go. Am I testing the experimental version? This is in the beta branch, yep. It is going to be part of the core branch of the game starting tomorrow. So watch for that update if you're playing on the core game and you don't play the beta branch. So all this stuff will be there tomorrow to play around with. Was it making the sculpting blocks out of sandstone? Did I do that? Hold on a second. Furniture. Sculpting blocks. You're right, it did. That was silly of me. I did a thing, and it wasn't a good thing. Let's go back here. Thanks for spotting that. Let's just swap these over to granite. We want to get as much of a benefit of the decor as we can. I mean, not that it's going to be anything astronomical, but... Oh, we do have one sink left. Okay, so it's a good thing I kept that one... Oh, no, wait. The sinks are for the polluted water, so that's fine. What am I thinking? My brain, she no works today. It's on, like, holiday or something. Huh. Wonder if I should have left an area down here to have artwork. Anyone working in the farm is not going to be very happy with their job. We should probably put a sink down here, too. A little wash basin. Let's set these for slime. Organic. Actually, you know what? I'll set it exactly the same as this one. Copy settings. There we go. On second thought, let's set these even higher priority. Well, they're already 7. Let's set this one a little bit lower priority. We'll set this one at a 6. So they'll transfer this line from here over to here, where we're actually going to make use of it. I feel like that will be the better way to go. Okay. Time for another duplicant. Let's bring in somebody. Hold on a second. Who do we have in here duplicate-wise? I don't even remember. We got Eric Cartman, Dr. What, Sun Honey Sage, Lives Alive, Sibylline, Nick Bost, Snoops, Mackenzie, Carter Clark, Crazy Sammy 37, Mr. Chaos Guy, Karma King, Brittany Sloan White, Cerberus Bloodmorn, Texas Wrath, TGP, Matt Cherriere, Zach Rhino, and Durgan 8D is our current cadre of duplicants in our wonderful little soon-to-be-doomed colony. Ooh, a Mima. Narcoleptic, though. Small bladder, yokel, germ resistant. I feel like germ resistance is probably something I should be considering. I really like Mimas, but that narcolepsy... let's go with Hassan. Mima is my favorite, I think, but we'll go with Hassan. So we already have Cerberus, we have Sam, we have Nick. Let's put Still Snow in here. Ta-da! Welcome, Still Snow. Oh, Steel Wolf did a super chat. Oh, drat. Okay, Steel Wolf can be the next one, actually, because Still Snow was before the one from Steel Wolf. Go to Caleb dupe. Oh, yeah, we should bring in a Caleb dupe. We'll get one of those, too. That'll be a thing. Oh, I missed one of these fancy little statues here. Furniture. Sculpted block. Our duplicates need a serious break room, too. I mean, there's going to be a lot of them. I have this tiny little space here for them, but it's not really enough room for dancing. feel like that's a major downfall of our current setup. Our power grid is currently split in two. But if we are going to run a dance floor, we're going to need to run a separate power line specifically for that thing. Unless I upgrade to the different power lines, which frankly I don't really want to do because it takes a lot of resources. Okay, these can't be disinfected. Stop it. Disable disinfect on both of these. Just leave them in the water. It's fine. Evening, Mr. Fox. Have you found the missing O2? Yeah, we've got some O2 in here. They're not suffocating right now. The current greatest risk to the colony is actually starvation. So I think that's probably the more likely cause. We did increase a little bit in food, so they're kind of hovering all right. Mostly because we were making mush bars over here, which are kind of nasty. Ooh, that reminds me. I got distracted again. You guys let me get distracted. You gotta stop that. We do need to make an electric grill. Slap this on the wire. Because we have all that raw egg we need to make omelets out of before it goes bad. That would be bad to let all that dead egg go to waste, I guess. Food shortage. Poor dead egg. CrypticFox reads the chat sometimes when he remembers to. Sometimes we have to help him for a few minutes. But you'll see it eventually. Probably. Have patience. Aw, Durgan. It's not my fault. Well, no, it's mostly my fault. But nevertheless. I'll blame it on someone else because it's convenient. That's the way life works, right? Wait a minute. Is that water? That is water. Okay, I don't want to dig that out. Let's leave that there. And that's slime. Let's leave that there too. Let's do this the laddery way, because everybody likes more ladders. Really, they're building the ladders before they're building the roof. Okay, whatever. You guys pick your own projects. I'll just point you where to go. I'm just gonna do my best not to give them too many commands. Which for me is inevitably going to go awry. Bunch of power sitting in the dupe parts. There is, yeah. I'm kind of letting it build up. The thing is, the hard part about it is for the amount of effort that goes into building the machinery to set up, to draw it out, to make use of it, relative to the power you actually get out of it, it's not really a good rate of conversion. It's actually pretty terrible. This water is not going to last forever either down here. She's going to run out. It's still a fair amount spread out here, but I'm already feeling nervous about the amount of water we have. This is going well. Currently 100 tiles. It'll get smaller as they fill more of this stuff in. What's our greenhouse size? 96, is it? Yeah, this will work. We didn't quite optimize the size. Okay, hold on. No. Okay, let's cancel all this wall here for a minute. Focus on the other stuff first. Let's find out what this room size is. 95 tiles at its current size. When they fill this in, of course, it's going to get smaller when they fill that in. I think we can do one more row over here with our fancy farm tiles. And I think we'll be okay size-wise. Food, farm tile, there we go. I think. Not certain, but I'm relatively certain. Did they nerf natural gas generators? I haven't played in a few months. Well, not so much the generator itself as they nerfed the supply of gas, because the geysers don't erupt constantly anymore. Now they have a pattern where they erupt for a while and then they shut off. So it used to be you could set it up and forget it, but now it'll produce power for a period of time, and then it kind of cuts out, and then it produces more power, cuts out, so it's kind of on again, off again sort of thing. Fancy plastic Dreco down there. 101 tile size. Hold on, 101, 100. 99, 98, 97, 90. Yeah, this would be perfect. Ish. Don't trap yourself in the wall. That would be awful. The cask of Amontillado over here. Hey, Carter, welcome to the stream. This isn't even like the #1 thing I want to focus on. Oh, actually, man. How about that? We have plenty of CO2, so that's okay. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's okay. Let's plant the fungal spore. We'll set priority on these for a 6. So they plant the bottom ones first. They can work up from there. We don't have enough fungal spores yet. I kind of need to send somebody out into the. Oh, we're at 0 kilocalories. I thought we had raw egg. Did it go bad? It went bad. Hooray! I let it go bad because I does the thing. Well, we ran out of food. That's good times. This is set for continuous, but nobody's working on it right now. What do we have in operation type jobs? Oh, still Snow doesn't have a job, so congratulations. You just became an operator. I don't know if the chef works the sludge machine, or whether it's just like operators. I should probably set a higher priority on this though, because not starving to death is probably something we should focus on. All right, they're doing a good job of fertilizing down here. Everybody's working hard. Thank you, duplicants. Let's save this door. Set that to open. So far, so good. You can cover the middle top part of your mushroom farm and squeeze a few more in. Oh, in here. Yeah, we probably could, but I don't even have the dust caps to fill it right now, so it's not really hugely. It's not hugely high on my priority list. I think what I want to do is create an egress point like here. If we set up a way for the duplicants to get out. Oh, this isn't going to work. This isn't high enough. It'll have to be out here, which is going to cause some problems in terms of spacing. I can't do my normal little thing there because of this fancy water pool. I guess we have the door right here they could go out, but it's also full of nasty polluted oxygen. It's nasty. It's not that germy, but it's nasty. Some of the germs we have over here too, we're gonna be wanting to bringing into the colony, but it's just surface germs, so I guess it's okay. As long as it doesn't get too airborne. Forgot what your fat fingers meant to type. Ruh-roh. Only found this game and channel recently. I'm so excited that I could witness the stream live. Welcome, the Wanderer. Glad you're able to find us. Welcome to the stream. Turns toward Lloyd and speaks with a dwarf impression. Round of Skull Crusher Ale for me, please. Round of Skull Crusher Ale for me, please. Okay, let's deconstruct all these ladders I built up here that we don't need anymore. We can dig up the dirt. I've kind of been toying with maybe making like a break room up here. We have one room already, but it's not exactly what I would call fancy. Whatever. We'll go this way. Environmental protection. We're gonna need some environmental protection soon, probably. At the rate we're going. Where should I send the dupes in search of more mushroom caps? There's a few out here. I guess I could do a little CO2 lock down here and send them out into this area. Again, it's kind of nasty out here. It's also sort of playing with fire because it's right above my fresh water. I could send them out down here, I guess. This hydrogen's a bit of a nuisance. But it's not going to go anywhere. Oh, look at all the hydrogen trapped underneath our water. When this water runs out, the hydrogen's going to boom, it's going to flood in. It'll be good times. Thursdays, I usually watch Critical Role. I think I only caught up on the stream yesterday. Yeah, I normally stream Oxygen Unincluded on Tuesday nights and Thursday nights. It's obviously Wednesday right now, but YouTube wasn't cooperating yesterday. So we didn't do the stream last night. I pushed it to tonight. And then I play a variety of other games too, but... Okay, down here's the cold biome I want to get to. So maybe... Maybe I can go down and then up, I guess, to get the mushroom. It's kind of a long way to send the duplicants, particularly since they don't have any exosuits. But we'll make do for now, anyway. We'll build a ladder here. The CO2 should do a lot to kind of keep things all sealed in here. Build a little tunnel over sideways. We'll throw a ladder downward. I can dig out some coal and stuff with it on here, too. I guess that'd be all right. And then they can dig all the way over this way into the cold biome and freeze their little butts off and get hypothermia. It'll be great. It's like what everybody does on like a family day. Hey kids, let's run out and get hypothermia together. Sure, Dad. That sounds awesome. All right. Collect up some metal while we're here too, because why not? We always need more metal. And cancel this. Okay, so that'll be the way we get into the cold biome. And just in the interest of not letting any water back up too far, we'll just put a little trap in here so that any water that flows out of this will kind of start to pool here. Such as it is. Okay, so the great starvation race has begun. We're only 57 cycles in. We have 20 duplicants. And not enough food to feed even one of them. Hooray! That's like a guaranteed method of success. Make a pinch of pepper nut farm for pepper bread and break coffee room. Yeah, except they can't eat the pinch of pepper nuts directly. So we need sleet wheat to go with it. Otherwise, it's not really terribly useful. You're right, they can use it for coffee as well. But one of the things I ran into before was I ended up producing a whole pile of pepper nuts and filling up a whole bunch of storage containers with them. And I actually wasn't even using as many as I was producing. Which was fun, because they had like an infinite supply of coffee, which is exactly what I need at home. But it didn't exactly do a lot to feed them. Save the glossy Draco! I would like to, but... Well, this chlorine gas that's in here, the CO2 is going to filter below it. Okay, I have a plan. I have a plan that may or may not work. We'll dig up this way. We'll get the glossy Draco this way. This should keep the CO2 below the chlorine. The chlorine won't be able to sort itself downwards, so it will stay trapped over here. This will stay just filled with CO2. And everyone will be moderately happy. And stuff. Alright, no omelets. Let's set this up for gristle bread. Or, gristleberry. No, not gristleberry. Fried mushrooms. The moment they get a crop harvested, I want them cooking it like right away. There's a mushroom right under the mush farm. Yeah, there is there. There is there, isn't there? Alright, hold on. Break one tile. Oh, it's gonna let a bunch of chlorine in. You know what? It's not worth it to me. For the sake of one mushroom, it's just not worth it. I'm not letting the chlorine in there. It'll mess up my whole farm. Right now, this is all sitting with a nice layer of CO2. And if I let the chlorine in there, that's going to go a little awry. But granted, the chlorine should sort itself all the way upward, kind of out of the way, but... What coffee do you like? Roast, origin, machine? I tend to drink Starbucks coffee a lot. So I have I have some blonde roast upstairs, the True North. But more often than not, I use their espresso roast because I have a latte machine or whatever. I make my own lattes. It's doing nothing to help my waistline, let me tell you. But I did have a package of Kopi Luwak coffee that I got last Christmas. And that was pretty good, but it only made like one pot because the stuff's like ridiculously expensive. Cannot perform build. Oh, that's no good. You know what? I think we're going to go with a Travaldo because I don't want any more flatulence. I feel like we have enough for now. Mind you, I said that before, but the reality is if I brought in enough flatulent duplicants, it might actually make it worth it to build the machinery. And frankly, who doesn't like farts? Aside from everybody. All right, let's bring in another duplicate. This will be Steel Wolf Gaming. Steel Wolf 19 Gaming, is it? Yeah, we'll just make it Steel Wolf 19. That's a little easier to say. Print. All right, we have another flatulent duplicate. Happy farts all around. I probably should replace somebody over here. Who's... Oh, well, Cartman's a farter, I think, right? This one is Sun Honey Sage, who is not a farter. So we're going to assign this bed instead to Steel Wolf. Because I don't want the flatulent dupe sleeping up above the farm. Because then the gas has to pass down past the farm, and that's probably not good. What was the expensive coffee? Didn't catch the name. It's a Kopi Luwak coffee. Or you might find it more easily if you just Google monkey poo coffee. It's basically the coffee berries that have been eaten by this little cat type of creature. The bean goes through their digestive system and it scarifies the bean. It changes the protein profile of the bean, and then they poop it out and people collect it. They clean it all, they roast it, make coffee out of it. So basically it's monkey poo coffee. Or cat poo coffee, you know, depending on how you look at the creature that makes it. The creature that eats it is called a civet, I believe. It's just one of those things that, like, I knew about it, and I'd heard it was some of the best tasting coffee in the world, so I really wanted to try it. So my wife got me a package of it last Christmas, even though she thought it was disgusting that she was even considering it. And we made a pot. It was pretty good. I don't know if it blew my mind or anything, but it was pretty good. The bean survives the process from the poo. Yes, it does, but it gets scarified. So the scarification process is when an animal eats a seed or... they eat a seed, and the outer coating of the seed is set up in a way that it protects the inside of the seed so that it lasts, kind of thing. So the animal eats the seed, it goes through their digestive process, and the acids in there eat away at that outer coating enough, and it actually changes the flavor of the coffee bean. But for other seeds, what it does is it gives it the viability so that when it's in the dirt, it's actually capable of growing. There are seeds that can't grow until they've gone through that process. So in this case, it's a coffee berry with the coffee bean inside. The bean survives, but it does alter the chemical profile of the bean. It's kind of a disgusting process. You know what really confuses me most about that coffee is who had the first idea to say, you know what? We should probably pick the coffee beans out of that poo over there and roast it up. Like, who would make that choice? I don't understand. Cancel disinfect. Oh, yeah. We should do that. Oh, man, they're doing all kinds of it. Disinfect. Can I, cancel all of them? Disinfect germs at a bajillion million. No, let's not disinfect any. Here, go like this. Forget disinfecting this stuff. It's fine. Leave it alone. Okay, that didn't work at all. I wanted you to turn that off, but instead, I guess I made it worse. I mean, short of doing the individual tiles, I don't know if I did that right. I did something wrong. Well, whatever works. They don't seem to be disinfecting anymore, so hopefully that got it. The way the animals are treated on these farms is terrible. The bean's not a natural part of the animal diet. It's just the only thing the animal's given. Well, I don't think it starts out that way, though. Like, because they eat them in the wild. I don't know. I haven't really looked into the whole farming process of it. I just was curious about the coffee, so I tried it. Beans, a magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you poop. The more you poop, the more coffee you make. Maybe the same guy who first thought to squeeze on a cow's weird dangly bit. I guess. I mean, at least they would have seen the other calves eating that. But I mean, what's your argument for the coffee bean? I don't know. Maybe someone did it as a practical joke to a friend. Maybe, I don't know. They used camel drops to treat dysentery back in World War II. Really? That's disturbing. I know they used to use, well, they probably still do, but they used to use camel poop as like as a fuel for fires and stuff in place of wood. But treating dysentery, that's an interesting usage. I mean, when you think about most things in life, I guess it does beg the question of like, who ever thought of doing that first? Like even antibiotics, for example. Hey, look, that stuff over there is super moldy. We should try using it. I don't know. It's just a little strange. For a change of topic, how many more sponsors for next emote? Oh, it's quite a few. They really jump up the tier levels. Let me just take a peek. Any updates on your kind of content schedule? And your kind of content schedule. I'm not sure I understand exactly what you mean. Like, do I have like a particular schedule that I follow? Not exactly. I mean, I stream Oxygen Not Included on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I've been doing that consistently. Everything else, I kind of fit in around my time. So more often than not, I've been streaming between 4 and 5 nights a week and then fitting in other videos when I can. But I don't have a specific schedule outside of that. I probably should because it would make things a lot more accessible for people. But I'm bad that way. Antibiotics actually happened by accident. Well, most things actually. I think serendipity had played a role in a lot of things, right? Man, this is moving super slowly. Channel memberships. There we go. Survey says next emote equals burrito. Burrito? Why? Because of all the fart gas? Content schedule, all DS Hamlet. We're going to be doing a bunch of it. So we have 54 members now. Custom emojis, the next one unlocks, I think it's like 75. They really step it up after a bit. Yeah, the next one updates up. So we had one at 50, then it jumps up to 75, and then 100. So it goes up by 25s now, which is a little bit of a slower process, but I guess they figure at some point channel memberships grow at a certain size. Live epically, $2 super chat. From the hump to the dump. Hashtag all the camel. Yeah. My mom was in Dubai and she tried the camel chocolate they have there. Camel milk chocolate, and apparently it was really good. And also the camel milk yogurt. Apparently both quite good. Okay, let's try to build a system to start trapping some of this gas because frankly if I don't, it's gonna keep getting get stinkier and stinkier in here. We want to filter. I want to send the gas off and we'll store it in a gas container. So we'll throw a gas filter in here. The rest of the CO2 and stuff, I just want to leave it down below. I have no interest in moving that any farther than we need to. So we'll use regular pipe here. Insulated pipe is what we're just going to take the gas out. We'll run it straight up here. I'm going to store it over here because we need this copper anyway. Might as well take it now. All the coppers belongs to us. And then down here, we'll just throw a little off pipe for all other gas types. This can go down here. Everything needs to be plugged in. Not too much on this grid, actually. I actually need to reverse this. Or maybe I don't. No, I don't. I should put a smart battery in there and have that thing set out the shut off. Just to make sure I don't overload any lines. But we'll go this way. Hooray! Not worried about the lung... slime lung causing the issue? Nope, not too much. Slime lung is only a problem for duplicants when it's airborne. Surface germs don't make them sick when it's slime lung. With food poisoning, if they ingest it, so if they have it, surface germs, and then they either eat food or they prepare food that other duplicants are eating, then they ingest the germs, and that makes them sick. But with slime lung, it really only matters if it's airborne. And as you can see down here, it's not airborne. It's only surface germs. We do have a sink here they can clean up with on their way out. So for the most part, it should be okay. I mean, they do have... this ladder needs a serious... Wow. It's a good thing that stuff doesn't... See, this stuff doesn't... It won't spread if there's no polluted oxygen, so... It's all staying surfacey, but... We've got quite a bit of it in the colony there. That's good times. Good times. Oh, up here. I forgot I needed to put a container. We want... Who trapped themselves? What the... Where were you that you started to suffocate? It must have been down on the farm. We need a gas reservoir. We'll stick that up top here. We have enough room for 2 of them, so we might as well put 2. Bah. We're gonna daisy chain these together. Not because you need to for filling, but because emptying will be easier. We can just go to a single output. I got the slime lung, Papa. Tiny cough. How come CrypticFox doesn't turn back on the algae deoxidizer? Because we really don't need it. Boom. We got a decent amount of oxygen here. Up top, we already have... Oh, there we go. Up top, we have this running, which is producing oxygen for us. That's feeding a fairly significant portion, about 500 grams per second. Ooh. I need to get some automation stuff going down there. And then we have... Oh, why do we have 2 of them running here? With this number of duplicates, I might actually need that running, but I'm going to turn it off for now just to see what happens. New member, Nick Bost. Thanks for the membership, Nick. Appreciate the support. Are you sure you're not storing slime lung in the main containers? Because that was a lot of slime lung germs of those. We are storing slime lung in the main containers, but again, surface germs for slime lung don't matter. It's only when it gets airborne. So, if we check the germ overlay, you can see all the wonderful germs we have cram-packed in here. But there's none of it really floating around. As long as it's not flying around, they don't breathe it in. And if they're not breathing it in, then they don't get sick from it. As you can see, they're still at 100% for immune systems. Even though all those germs are hanging out there. It's only a minor inconvenience. Oh, I did let chlorine in here. I thought I set that up so it wouldn't come in, but it came down anyway. The pressure must have been enough. 816, 26. We have a bit of a CO2 lock there that might keep it back now. Chlorine up here. Ah, drat. So much for my wonderful planning that I thought I had done, but clearly didn't. Hate having chlorine on my base. Okay, this needs... Oh, man, they got the built fast. Okay, we're going to set this up for natural gas. Okay, and I actually need a sensor over here also, so we don't waste excess power. Gaseous element sensor. We'll set that up, I don't know, over here, I guess. Or should we set it up underneath? I don't know where I should put this. Yeah, we'll put it here. It's going to sit above the CO2, though, so I probably should put... So indecisive. I'll put it at the rooftop level here. My primary concern is that we're going to get gas sitting at a place where this isn't going to pick it up. However, I guess if that's the case, the concentration's probably not that high anyway. So plug that on there. This also needs to be plugged in, because why not run some more power? You have to see you play a game that I didn't enjoy watching. Where are the sponsors at? We have a bunch of them, actually. Oh, you mean like corporate sponsors and stuff? Yeah, I don't know. We have Anthrodesk has been super helpful. They provided not only the desk that I'm sitting at now that switches between sitting and standing, and has been wonderful for my back and giving me the ability to move around and continue being productive. They're also sending a chair too, which is pretty awesome. Can't wait to get that and check it out. Okay, that's a lot of suffocating going on. It's everybody that's hanging out here in the gas layer. See, they have plenty of oxygen up here. Man, this side is really... Yeah, I was right. We need to keep at least one of these running for now. I'll turn on that one. All right, stop suffocating. Jeez, you'd think it was like you couldn't breathe or something. This is set for natural gas. Oh, drat. I forgot to put a knock gate in here. My bad. Knock gate. Boom. Like so. Because we got to alter the signal. Otherwise, it detects the gas and turns the pump off, which is the exact opposite of what we want. We want it to detect the gas and turn it on. think. This live stream of CrypticFox is brought to you by Pigeon Pepper Coffee. A coffee so great you can have some in space. I think they need a fire pole. Oh, I think you're right. That is a long way down. It's a very long way down. Fire pole. It's going to use up a lot of our resources, though. Which is a good thing we're digging out more iron ore, because a fire pole is a must-have. And we just ran out. All right, they got a short distance fire pole. If they can ever get over here... Oh, that's why they're suffocating. They're going all the way down here. I really need to give them a exosuit setup. I've been slacking. Slacking on the exosuits. All right, Mima, gastrophobia mouth breather. That's terrible. Unconstructive, early bird, a yokel. Again, I don't really care. Simple taste and uncultured. That's pretty sweet. Food benefit +1. Decor benefit +20. Refuses to do errand art. All right. Again, not really a problem. Let's see. Who wants to be a duplicate? Oh, wait. Who was I going to bring in? I was going to bring a duplicate in, and my brain no works. Somebody remind me, quick. In the chat. Who are we supposed to bring? Caleb. That's who we were going to bring in. This can be Caleb. Welcome to the colony, Caleb. No guarantees on survival, as always. 22 duplicants. Still not nearly enough food. You can block up that hole the glossy Draco's out, I think. Is it? Where'd it go? There he is! We found him! Okay, we need a wrangling set up here. Let's wrangle this guy. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have anything to feed him. If he gets tamed, he dies. That Draco's on a timer. Alright, we'll block this. Only because there's no reason to keep it open. Poor, poor little Draco. I'm kind of tempted to give them a little oxygen room down here, so as they're passing through, they can get a little breath of fresh air. Maybe we'll do that. Just throw a little door... Oh, there's all chlorine in there. Never mind. That's not going to work. Down lower we can do one. Alright, duplicants. This will be your respite. This is where you get to breathe. The rest of the place you don't. Congratulations. Yeah. Okay, and then we'll just throw in a quick little algae terrarium, which I really never use, but for this kind of a purpose, it should do fine. It'll clean out the CO2 that's in there, convert it into oxygen. The duplicates have a little spot they can breathe in, and then maybe they won't have to run back. They can continue to work down there, and we might also get the added benefit of this. Did I mess that up with the knot gate? I think I did. Yep, totally messed that up. Didn't need the knot gate at all. You guys are probably saying that in the chat, but naturally I wasn't watching, which is why Durgan made that wonderful little command in there that says that I don't watch the chat. All right. So that's fine. We cleaned up some gas. That's stored a little bit up here. Man, that actually filled up a fair amount up there. Huh. That's going to fill up pretty quick. But that's okay. We'll pack a little bit in there. Dracos eat kind of nothing. Well, the Dracos, in order for the Draco to eat, it needs either the lilies or it needs, so these down here, the bomb lilies, or they can eat the mealwood. Actually, the glossy Draco might have a slightly different diet. Critters. Aw, the moos are so cute. Dracos. Glossy Draco. Mealwood and Bristle Blossom. Oh, yeah, so it won't eat the lilies even. It needs Mealwood or Bristle Blossom. Which is kind of not so awesome. It does produce phosphorite, which if we had any shine bugs left in the colony, might have been useful. But we didn't have any phosphorite to feed them in the first place, so we kind of lost them all. So, yay for farty dupes then. Well, we'll see. I mean, we could burn through the power that's contained in that gas pretty fast. So I'm not really in a huge rush to swap over to it. If they finish building down here, that'd be nice. They even have a supply of algae like right here for the terrarium. It's kind of convenient. There is a Wheezewort. We're gonna need more of those. Oh, look at this. It's Polani's favorite toy that we never use. Or is it Snoop's? I can't remember. One of the two of you. Anti-entropy thermo nullifier. For those times that you just really want to... Oh, man, everybody's really hanging on that ladder. Iron ore, a little bit. Little bits of ore. We try putting your dupes on 2 schedules? Yeah, I have on a couple schedules already. We actually have 3 schedules. So we have this one, we have this one. I haven't really... and then this one, the air cartman's on their own separate schedule. Basically, all I did was I just misaligned them a little bit so they were making more conservative use of the bathroom, but... Food shortage, starvation. Oh, yeah, things are going to go downhill quick here. Wait a minute. Starvation. It must be somebody who's not on an eating schedule right now. Fried mushrooms 4, mush bars, meal ice. We have food, so no one's going to starve to death, but they're kind of threading that needle. Oh, look at this. All the way into our mushroom farm he went. I think he doesn't eat those. Someday you will remember me. Sorry, Polani. I couldn't remember if it was you or Snoop's. Those alerts are going to get really annoying. For 3 minutes straight. I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Fortnite Geek. You saw them all taunt me, yes? Taunting? I don't know what you're talking about. Listen, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go in here. We're going to dig it all out just for you. And then we're not going to use it. Oh, they're going to play in polluted water. Everybody's going to get hypothermia. I got to better mop this up. Mop it all up. Clean it. Let our fancy duplicants walk down there without getting hypothermia. Not that there's any problems with hypothermia, you know. Everybody can suffer from a little hypothermia. It's perfectly fine. Or something. Alright, I'm going to go after the stuff that's out here. I want the slime, for 1. 2, I want the seed that's right here. 3, I want the gold. So this is kind of an all-around win right here, I think. We will throw a door on this, though, just to prevent any excessive amount of nastiness. Instead, we'll just take minor amounts of nastiness, because minor nastiness is fun. Major nastiness is bad. Polluted oxygen. I should dig above the door. Try to keep some of it trapped up there. We'll dig like this. Get the gold while we're here. Get the slime while we're here. Get the sickness while we're there. Has any dupe died yet? Just the one so far. Really early on, we had Matt Hirsch over here die, unfortunately. But just one duplicant so far. I don't think we're that far off, though, because people they're threading that starvation needle, even though they technically have food. They're taunting me. And as they dig this out, we keep getting more polluted water or something. Clean that up, please. It's a lot of little duplicants breathing in that space. These guys are all going to get super sick. They're going to play around in the cold biome. They're all going to get hypothermia, and we don't have a hospital built. Which I'm thinking, as much as I want another break room, I think this spot up here, this looks very hospital-like to me. Throw a lavatory here. All right, let's get... medicine. I haven't got the other medical system done yet. We don't have any pods. We're podless. Alright, furniture. We need a little mess table in here. Throw a door on the space. Some little airflow tile. We get a little artwork in here. Down at a granite. Perfect. Just prepare for the illness, which I'm sure is going to be coming. No need for hospital. Just drink the disinfectant. Yeah. Did not bring what to border crossing. Oh yeah, I'm sure she did. Yeah, it's a place I've dreamed of since I was a little girl, getting my first crush on due south. Don't ruin my dream. Everybody's very excited about the whole marijuana rules. Not me so much. I actually don't care, but... Open! Open up all these doors. No point in having them closed, I guess. Except for these ones down here. We want to keep the hatches relatively contained. Oh, look at that. We have more research done. Well, since I'm looking at healthcare, let's research healthcare. How's everyone doing down here now? I'm hearing a whole lot less suffocation, and that's good, because they can go in this tiny little room here, and they've got breathable air, which lets them work down here longer, effectively empowering my slave labor, which is great. We let cause another water leak. Awesome. Hypothermia. There it is. We knew someone was going to get it. Probably a whole bunch of somebody's. Polluted oxygen leaked to the bottom of the base. I see CO2. I see chlorine. I see natural gas. Yeah, there's a whole miasma of junk down here. I don't really see the polluted oxygen. There might be a little bit, but... Check our germ overlay. That might tell us. No, there's no germs propagating. I mean... A little bit flying around out here, so that's not great. It's because of the slime out here that's off-gassing, but I think it's okay. Look, everybody's getting hypothermic. They're all hanging out in the sloppy water. Can you guys mop that up, maybe? It'll make it a little less death-inducing. I really need them to prioritize this here, too, because if they don't dig this out, we're going to keep getting polluted water in here. Let's dig this out at a 7 also. Dig that out. They won't be able to go in, but at least the yucky water will stay in there, mostly. Why, oh why, didn't I build an exosuit room yet? I know why. Because I'm lazy. TRD Taco! How much time left of the stream? Hope I didn't miss much. Well, you missed quite a bit, actually. We got about 45 minutes left on the stream. I usually stream until about midnight Eastern time. So about 45 minutes left. We're getting down to the cold biome there. Actually, how's the temperature up here? 28 degrees. So this is staying nice and steady. I mean, there's a lot of water in here. 28's not ideal, but it's actually not that bad. Ugh. That's not so great, though. 35 degrees in this whole bathroom area. Bathrooms, kitchens, this is all nasty. Heat over here is going to be a problem eventually. I actually would like to set up a refrigeration system that just runs coolant through this particular area and keeps it cooled down. But I need to experiment a little bit before I go crazy trying to build stuff in stream, I think. Because I haven't really played around with refrigeration that way yet. More so just with like cooling oxygen going into the colony. I normally try to control the temperature that way, but if I could just chill that area that's heavy on the heat production, I feel like that would be a good thing. Possibly. Come on, somebody dig up that thing there. Food shortage. Food shortage. 2,500 kilocalories. Man, somebody's gonna die soon. There's gonna be starvation in here soon. If we slip up at all in terms of the rate at which we're producing the food, chaos will ensue. If I had another good source of fresh water, I might actually consider trying to build some like little bristle blossom farms. I don't know where I would put them, though. I'm actually running out of room already. We've got so many bedrooms. With 22 duplicates. We've used up an awful lot of space in the core area of the colony here. Half will have hypothermia, half will have hyperthermia. Evens out in the end. That's right. We'll take the hypothermic people. We'll put them where it's hot. They'll just even everything out. Do you need Weezer words to raise sleep wheat? No, you don't. I mean, it's helpful depending on things. Really what you need is just temperatures and water and dirt. It's really the dirt that makes it kind of a pain. You're actually better off to leave sleet wheat growing wild. Just because in the wild it doesn't require any influx of dirt or liquids. But if you try to actually grow it, you have to have hydroponic tiles, you gotta fill it with dirt, you get all that kind of nastiness. Where's Twitch? Twitch is at Twitch whatever it is, Twitch.tv. And my spot over there specifically is twitch.tv/CrypticFox Gaming. Maybe set another dupe on cooking, making mush bars or mush. Yeah, I probably should maybe have another chef. I mean, there are other duplicates doing it. It's not only the chef that's doing it. Oops. Although, let's check our priorities here. Hold on. Toggle's all good. That's maxed out. Where's our chef? Eric Cartman is not even set as the... I must have swapped him over to that job before I set the setting for it to be automatic. So he wasn't even prioritizing cooking. So Cartman's been getting off scot-free. Like, not only does he have a total slacker work shift. Ooh, Steel Wolf's doesn't even have a job. Got 2 people without jobs. Man, I'm not keeping up with stuff at all. Let's make another chef. We could go for another chef, I guess. Who do we have here that's not... Caleb and Steel Wolf. I think Caleb was decent with the cooking. Yeah, there we go. Put Caleb down here. And we'll put Steel Wolf in as... more gophering. Where are you? There you go. I know I can swap more jobs around because more people are maxed out, but it's going to be kind of a pain. There's so many duplicates. My ladder's copper. Did I make the bar out of... No, tell me I didn't make the fire pole out of copper. I did. Nice. All right. Good times. That's a waste of copper right there. We're going to need that copper later. Should be iron ore. Ooh, I don't want it through the door. There we go. Man, that'll learn me. Dupe's dying because of playing with poop. Nope. They're fine. They're still 100% and everything. They're getting hypothermia because they're playing down in the water in the cold biome. That just smokes them. All right, so we have a mouth breather, biohazardous, or loud sleeper. So just what we need. Somebody who gets sick easier, someone who breathes more air, or someone who snores a bunch, who I don't have a separate bedroom set up for. Great. All right, out of all these, you know what? I'm gonna take the mouth breather. I know it's more oxygen they're gonna consume, and it probably shouldn't do that, particularly with the number of duplicates we have. But I mean, realistically, they're not gonna suffocate to death. They're gonna starve, so it should be fine. I'm not totally worried about it. This will be a TRD taco. Welcome to the colony. Print. Try not to breathe too much, though. You're already a mouth breather. This made an oopsie moment. What was my oopsie moment? What'd I do? Oh, the bar, yeah. What material do I use to insulate? I just pick anything. I don't really care too much. I probably should test it and see. Actually, I think Brothgar did a video testing different materials for the insulation to see which one works best. I find that unless you're working with really high temperature stuff, it actually doesn't make too much of a difference. It's more when the temperature gets to be a lot that you really want to have the right material. So for the most part, I just make it out of like sandstone, and I don't really pay a ton of attention to it. Loud sleeper on a different schedule is no problem. Oh, you're right, it is. We could have just swapped them on a different schedule. Put them to sleep when everyone else is awake and what have you. Not seen that symbol of the game before. I thought this what double up arrow was before. Oh, the little wrench? Yeah, the wrench is specifically related to the job. So if somebody's sent for a particular type of job, when you look in the job priorities, the wrench is the one that's related to their job. The double up arrow is the highest setting you can get unless you have a job that you can make that their priority. Wait, I have a huge room no one uses. I don't think so anymore. We have duplicates all over the place now. I mean, some of these beds might still be unassigned, but not that many, I don't think, anymore. Let's set this for critter eggs. Let's clean up all the eggs around the colony. dump them all in one place again, because I see there's an egg up here. I thought I saw one another place, too. We should probably try to snag them all and get them all... Oh, look, the Drecos down here in the water. Those crazy Drecos. Okay, good. We're in here. They bottled this. We don't have any more water flowing out. Let's go ahead and start to dig into the ice biome and get some people really sick. Like, really sick. All right, let's dig. We'll dig all the way across here first. I kind of want them to be able to harvest some of this stuff that's in here. So I'm going to try and give them a way to get to it. Dig up that. I want them to dig up this as well, but they're going to have to go through the mucky water to do this, which means somebody's going to get sick. Like really sick. Not even just like a little sick. We'll switch sides here and try to get the water to flow into the lower area as much as we can. Okay. Set all these on harvest. Start to build up some sleet wheat. It's not great, but it'll give us something. I'm surprised there's polluted water in here that's not frozen. That's weird. Like way down in the middle, too. That's really odd. I wonder if there's like a cold slush volcano here. I mean, that's not very much, but I don't know. Sam with the $2 super chat. Split top bedroom into 2. Missing a bonus. Oh, really? Aw, man. Mistakes were made. You're right, we are. Need someone to go smash that statue so we can put a door in its place. Because doors are way more attractive than statues. Is there a way to reproduce Wheezeworts? No, not really. I mean, if you get to the point where you're using rockets, you can get Wheezeworts from other planets. But once you have, all the Wheezeworts on your colony dug up or whatever, or you're in use, or killed, or whatever the case might be, there's no getting more of them. Aside from other planets, there's no more on the asteroid, and they don't produce seeds the way that other plants do. All right, thanks for spotting that. They can't jump down to the ice biome. Where? Really? They seem to be managing it okay. Oh, over here, they're going to go down. That's 2 down. That should be fine. That's 1. That's 2 up. Everything's down. Everything should be okay. I think they can pick up the seed from up top here. They shouldn't have to get right down in there to get it. This one's down. That's down. I think it should be okay. I don't know. Unless I'm missing something, I think it's all right. Another oopsie daisy. Is the disinfect threshold still high for everything? I usually leave it at default for most things. Most of the time, I just set it to default and I let it run. Well, that was weird. Man, the viewership on YouTube is like, I don't know if the tracking is all messed up or something, but it's spiky as like crazy tonight. Either that or there's a lot of people who are popping in, not liking what they're seeing, and leaving. It looks like teeth tonight. That's really unusual. Maybe YouTube's having issues again. False alarm. Okay, good. And hypothermia has arrived. Well, I knew we had some sick people, which is, we do have medical beds, so hopefully they'll get treatment and they won't be sick for too long. I really want to do something to give my duplicates a little bit more break time. Where are we on the entertainment front? The jukebox will not fit in there. We'll have to get rid of the statue, which I guess is probably a good trade-off. As long as it'll fit there. I don't actually know if it will, because the jukebox sits between tiles, which is super annoying. Now, let's destroy this. We'll see if this will work. I'm digging all around the nullifier. Why? I'm just here to torture you. That's what it is. Just desperate to mess with your brain, Polani. I'm going to have to set up like a dedicated feed just to use it. Not for any real specific purpose, but just because. We need to feed Polani's need to have the I can't even talk now. Never mind. We gotta feed her need for hypo thingamad freezer majabi. Alright, you guys talk now. I'm done talking. You do all the talking. I apparently can't manage it anymore. Mouth are broken. There's quite a bit of sleepweed out here. This is good. Let's set this to harvest. So I'm digging up these sleepweeds, and it occurs to me I actually don't have any job set up for them. So they're going to dig them up. They're going to drop the seeds in place, and then they're just going to regrow, because brilliance. Let's deconstruct this picture. And then we'll go into furniture, flower pot. We'll make this out of granite just because we can. Stick one there. We'll stick one over here. Where else is it warm in here right now? I mean, the bathroom's warm, but I can't really do a ton about that unless I get rid of the statue, but I kind of think the decor might be more important. So I'm going to leave that. Actually, the decor in general in here is actually pretty nice now. Even in the areas where I don't have a lot, we're getting enough overlapping decor. Where I am actually really lacking it is in the middle part. Let's take care of that. Throw some in here. Because they do spend a little time in this space. Not a lot, but a little bit. Keep them happy. We're not producing massive amounts of morale, but enough to get by. Somebody's getting 17 morale. That's crazy. What did they eat? What did they eat? It'd be good to run the AETN just to keep the cold biome, well, cold. Yeah, if we start to use it for things where we actually start to steal the cold from down there, it could be very useful. Did Fox have a stroke? I might have. I don't know. My brain just... I had this, like, serious brain-to-mouth disconnect. It just wouldn't work. See, 310 watching now. Yeah, it's been jumping all over the place. So it was at, like, 3... Wait a minute. I have more people with hypothermia than I have med beds. That's bad. Uh-oh. I need to gate some stuff down there probably eventually. All right, we have it uncovered, but everybody's already too cold. I feel like this thing's a risk. Ugh, it's all the running around in the sloppy water that really makes them sick. If we dig this up, then they might be able to jump across without going in the water, maybe? That'd be novel. What's worst possible decor amount in one room, and how long will a dupe last in there? It's not that they won't last in there. It's that it negatively impacts their morale, which means that their stress level will rise. So the whole point of, like my stress, you'll notice in most of my colonies, is really low. I mean, it usually hovers around 0%. Where it starts to climb up is when duplicates are mucking around in environments where there's low oxygen. It's messy. They start getting sick with hypothermia like they're doing now. I promote them to jobs too quick, and we're getting past the level of decor, or not even decor, but the level of morale that we're able to produce. They're outstripping that, so then the stress starts to build up. So generally speaking, if you advance relatively slowly in your promotions, you keep a good decor level, and then ideally, as you start to promote, you're in a place where you're producing better quality food, so you're feeding a higher morale point total when they're eating. Make use of the rooms and that kind of stuff. So usually you can stay ahead of it. The biggest negative decor impact is usually heavy watt wire. It's like a decor negative 25 in a given area. Anything related to the heavy watt wire is ugly. That's usually where you get those really bad negative decors. So if you look down bottom here, for example, every time they run through this space, the decor in here is negative 369.5. It's low oxygen. There's there's a heavy watt wire in here that's producing a huge amount of the negative decor. The rock granulator here. Apparently people don't like Steel Wolf's outfit. I've never even seen that. They don't like his clothing. -5. Steel Wolf 19's outfit. His clothes are effectively impacting the decor in the area. Oh boy, you really need to get some better duds there, buddy. I wonder if it's just because it's dirty. But they can live. They can stay in there. You know, it's not gonna hurt them. It's just it hurts the morale. So if you give them a job where they require too much morale, then their stress will go up if the decor is too bad. What's the doodads on the top right of the colony? These are gas storage containers. So we're filling them up with natural gas. We have some flatulent duplicants who are farting away down here. And now, of course, the natural gas is sitting below the level where I need it to be. Because we've got the colony relatively well oxygenated. So we're just picking up natural gas that's floating around down here. And we're pumping it up to the storage containers. And at some point later on, we might make use of it to power a system or something. What cycle do you try to use different food? It's not so much about the cycle. It's about when you're ready to start promoting your duplicants. So when you start looking at your jobs menu, you can see at the top what it's going to do to their decor requirement. Or not their decor requirement, but their morale requirement. So they start off requiring a tier 0 plus 1. Every duplicant is automatically getting a 1. It doesn't matter what environment they're in or anything else. They automatically get plus 1 for being a duplicant. So if they don't have a job at all, they're always not stressed. Imagine that. Clearly, they don't have bills to pay. As soon as you start promoting them up, that's when you start needing those higher tier requirements. So I find generally around tier 3, sometimes tier 4. I could still keep them on the crappy foods. So I've got some people that are in that level right now, and it's not affecting stress. When you start getting up to tier 5 and higher, that's when maybe the decor isn't going to be quite enough because they're not going to be hanging around in the nice areas long enough. They've got to go out to the different areas of the asteroid to dig things. They might be working in low oxygen environments. You know, that kind of stuff. So that's when you're probably going to want to start stepping up the type of food you're producing. So a lot of the work you do before you get to that promotion area is really about just like setting up your infrastructure to be able to support it. Anything that isn't a snazzy suit drops dupe morale. I try to give, yeah. The snazzy suit's awesome, but it's just I've never actually looked at their clothing to see what kind of a decor effect it had. That's pretty funny. Just making sure he wasn't trapped somewhere, because Lord knows I've killed so many duplicates because I didn't realize they were trapped. Okay, guys. Mop like crazy. Try to clean up as much of this yucky water so we can make more yucky water for you to then muck around in. If they can clean up the water that's down here, there's a bunch of plants that they can... Oh, you know what? What I should do? Let's just trap the water in here. Try to keep the plants as clear as possible so that we can harvest them. Oh, right. 5 people with hypothermia. This whole colony is going to die. It's going to be awesome. Hey, Cryptic, why'd your latest colony die? Did you flood it with molten copper again? Nope. Gave them all hypothermia. We're an equal opportunity destroyer. Okay, duplicate number 24. And if you're wondering yourself when you're playing the game, I don't recommend taking this many duplicates. I just do it because I'm streaming it and it kind of entertains me. If you want a challenge, certainly keep taking as many duplicates as you want, but it's certainly not a requirement thing. Let's take Auto, because Squeamish really isn't that big of a deal, and Noodle Arms is kind of a nuisance. Who wants to be in the colony? I know I saw somebody say earlier on they wanted to be in, but I have a memory like a sieve, so I frankly don't remember. Who wants to join? I think we've gone through all the super chats already. We have our member already covered off, so who likes to join? Make the room 2 tiles higher for max ox generation. It's already producing as much as the pump can move already. It's at 500 grams per second. So that's not really a problem that way so much. Me, Crawler764. Congratulations on being the first one to speak up. Crawler764. Ba-ba! Jinx, I'll have to try to get you in next one. Bring you in the next duplicate. If I remember, you'll have to remind me. So remember that I said that, and then when I tell you that I don't remember who I said it to, you need to tell me that it was you, so that I can remember that I told you, and then I can do it. That's how my brain works. It doesn't do things. Not so smart. Okay. I set up these planters, and then I forgot to actually tell them to plant the Wheezeworts. So I guess that's probably a plus there. Okay, where's our temperature otherwise? I mean, I could put a Wheezewort over here in the break room, but that's not really a good decor kind of thing. Maybe I'll put it over here, because we do have another one available. So let's plant it like right here, because this is producing some pretty warm air, and it would be nice to try to tackle some of that. Manage the temperatures a little bit. Sorry, I mean CO2 to your O2 room? Down below? Where? Oh, down here. You mean like if I lowered it so they're actually in the right area? Yeah, I mostly just wanted to create like a little spot where they wouldn't have to run back up as often. So I think we've kind of accomplished that. I'm not really trying to optimize that part of it too much. These poor duplicants. I'm so mean to them. You guys, get to work here. This is slave labor, don't you know? You're only allowed to work in the worst of conditions. Moo-ha-ha and such. Set all this stuff for harvest. Just harvest it all. If I uncover it, you dig it. Start making some breads and stuff out of that soon. Muffins and what have you. Everybody likes muffins. Yeah, except for the people that don't like muffins. There we go. Hypothermia. Aw, they're all so nice and sick. Stress is rising. Nick Boss in particular. Carter Clark. That's what happens when they get sick, though. Starvation. Who's starvifying? Yeah, I know the colony requires med beds. I really should give them exosuits. Maybe what I should do is build an exosuit system right here. Little docking bay. I don't know. I'm so non-committal. Maybe we'll give them a route over here. We can block off the top of the water, because it's going to be gone in a little while anyway. Block off the top of the water, give them an exosuit bay here with a ladder down into the cold biome, maybe? Ooh, what have we here? Natural gas geyser. That's worth tapping into. Chlorine gas vent. Do we have anything else? Oh, there's a... Nope, that's just oxalite. That's no good. Ooh, there's... Oh, that's vacuum. It's like, that's weird. That's weird. We got a base over there. Another cold biome. The volcano we found earlier. Nothing interesting down here. Oil. Lots and lots of oil. That's a good pocket of oil right there. Alright. Maybe I'll build an exosuit dock. Just to say I'm not the evil tyrant that everybody thinks I am. I mean, it's not true, but whatever. Oh, sorry, Sam. I missed your super chats there. Have you seen the movie Memento? I have seen the movie Memento. It's a good movie. Sorry, Sam. Didn't realize you super chatted there. United Labor Force. Shh. No, we don't need any unions here. Build a ladder in the algae terraria room. Oh, so you mean so they can climb up on the ladder? That's a good idea. Like that? Because they're standing out here. That probably makes sense. Yeah, there is a layer of CO2 at the bottom that they're not getting the best out of. Actually, what I should do is we're gonna be fancy about it. Just give us place for the CO2 to sit below the level that the little cube's at. Okay. Where do I want to build my exosuit dock? I'm thinking like under here. Just take up like this whole area, and then I can put the ladder a little bit earlier in here so they kind of come down into the space where the exosuits are. I will need a way to produce oxygen to send in there, which I'm not really... I don't want to steal the current oxygen supply of the colony. I'd rather have a dedicated setup for that. So that's probably a good idea. See, I do read the chat sometimes. Only once in a blue moon. Your dupe's starting to reflect you in real life. Great. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times, and the fox was the root of it. I am the root of most evils in this colony. The water sieve outputs clean water at 40 degrees Celsius. Yeah, the water sieves, I have everything set up on the loops right now, so it's not dumping the water into any open areas. It's staying in insulated piping. I thought you might really sympathize with the main character. Yep. I get it. I see. I didn't get that. I didn't get where you were going with that joke, but now I get it. You're probably not wrong. Probably. As in definitely. Let's dig up more gold. Because who doesn't want more gold? Dig all this out, and then we'll dig all this out. Get all this wonderful gold. Gold! Wonderful gold! It'd be nice to find some more... Find some more mushrooms in there where we're mucking around, too. Ooh, there's a whole bunch of them out here. On the way over to the natural gas geyser. Oh, that's weird. How did a wart seed get above the cold biome when the abyssallite is running like right through here? I mean, I could already see where the natural gas geyser was. It destroyed the abyssallite in the spawning, but oh, there's another. Oh, look at that. Wait a minute. How is this even here? I'm surprised. Usually, oh no, you know what? Never mind. It's not the geysers and stuff that make a lot of extra space around them. It's the ruins that do. That's what normally happens. Turns back to Lloyd, makes the dwarf president. Skull crusher ale, please. I'm going hunting. Didn't we already see that message? Liquid chlorine to gas, grassy to gassy moves, if anyone was lost. Liquid chlorine to grass to gassy, yeah. Should you make an oxygen airlock and an invertible carbon airlock? Whereabouts? I mean, for the most part, I'm not really mucking around too much with those types of airlocks because my egress point is at the bottom of the colony where it's already sitting in a pocket of CO2. There's not a lot of extra gases coming in here right now. Oh, no, guys. There we go. Why is that stifling? What's going on here? Requires emptying. Okay. Let's maybe get somebody to empty that thing, then. Suffocation is not unification. Oh, all the natural gas is getting away. This is this is my biggest issue with having flatulent duplicates in the colony, is the gas always floats in a place where it's not terribly useful. Like, you don't have a really good screening system to draw the gas in, unless you trap the duplicates in their own little private quarters and just keep them in there all the time. Big volcano, what could go wrong? Worst case scenario, I mean, everything dies. It's fine. I mean, there is this volcano over here we haven't dug up yet. I should go get that one. Here's what we're going to do. Because we're approaching the end of the stream anyway. Only got a little bit of time left. Let's find out what this volcano was. Not because we have to, but just because we can. I'm gonna put, this is where I'm going to use a fancy little CO2 lock, though. It's probably a little bit of overkill, but I want to kind of keep some of the chlorine and stuff trapped in here. And then we'll throw just little tiles across here so they can hop across. We want to cancel the building on this side of things. And let's find out what's in here. Let's see what kind of crazy, abysmally hot volcano we got hiding right here. Still with the starvation, even though they have food. Not much meal ice, though. We're really not getting good use out of our mushroom farm yet. We need a whole lot more dust cap seeds. Okay, we got a couple Weezeworts in here now, helping to cool things off a tiny little bit. Not really doing wonderful things, but it is helping a little, moderating some of that temperature. I have access to more Weezeworts, so let's make use of them up here. I'm gonna put 2 little planters right here. Stick some Weezeworts on them, and that way it can cool the pipe so that the water that's coming through will, or not the water, the air coming through will get a little bit chillier than where it's coming out at. Sibylline, $2 super chat to fund volcano hunts. Next with the super chat, Durga with the super chat. Please gift Nightbot in Discord, thanks. Please gift Nightbot. Wow. You mean like figure out how to make Nightbot go in there, you mean? Should build the Weezeworts in your oxygen gen room. Do that too, but it's actually gonna, because of the way I'm piping it, it's gonna warm up to the temperature of this water anyway. So when we ultimately get to the point where I'm not using the water as the cooling medium, then that's probably a good mechanism. I guess I could shorten this whole setup by cutting all this out. Put the Weezeworts in here. We have to make a little bit more space, I think. Yeah, for now I'll just do this. If I get to the point I'm actually rebuilding it, I really should probably just cool the air in the room now that we have access to the Wheezewort. So we'll put that on the list for later. Because I don't want to use the water to cool that indefinitely. Okay, let's get that. I thought there was another Wheezewort somewhere that I hadn't snagged. Okay, so I'll get those. And to make the settings on those, since I don't have Wheezewort accessible, we'll just copy this settings, and that way as soon as they dig it up, it'll be pre-planned. Need to cool the oxygen before it gets sucked into the pipe. Rage Shrek, I don't disagree with you. However, since I didn't build it that way initially, I'd have to rework the whole thing. And I'm not going to do that at the moment. Later on, we're actually going to need to expand this because this is not going to produce enough oxygen. I mean, I have algae terrarium, or not algae terrariums. I have deoxidizers running at the same time, which is not optimal. So when I expand this to make a bigger room and we're no longer using this water to cool it, at that point is when I will swap everything over and we'll cool the oxygen in the room before it gets sucked into the pipe. Does everyone notice that CrypticFox goes a little max headroom occasionally? Max headroom. There's an old reference for you. Well, the trouble is, it's going to warm it up to the temperature that I don't want it to be. So I would cool it to then heat it back up to 28 degrees. That would be completely pointless. Because it exchanges, the gases exchange heat with the water really easily. So what'll happen is it'll come out at the exact same temperature it is right now. So if I cool it and then send it in there, it's just a waste. 24 dupes, dang! Oh yeah, we're taking a duplicant every time the thing lights up. We're just basically having fun. This colony's gonna melt down from starvation at the rate that I'm going. I don't have any that I can cook. Any omelet stuff? Ooh, we can make omelets. Get me them sweet, sweet omelets. What do we have for frost buns? 19 units. Ooh, we can make some frost buns too. But I'm going to cook up those omelets since we have a couple eggs that went bad. Probably because I forgot to unset this because I'm super smart. I meant to just put it in there and then switch it off again so it would dump them on the ground. But of course I'm forgetful. So I didn't do it. Come on, guys. Let's sub-prioritize this. We're gonna dig out our volcano really quick. Gets me all of these things. Oh, no, not these. We don't need this anymore. Dig, my duplicants, dig! You thought I was too young to remember max headroom? Oh, gosh, no. No, sadly not. I'm 42, so I'm not a spring chicken. I'm not as old as I could be, I guess, but I'm definitely not too young for something like that. Pacifist Iron Gut. That seems like a win. Who did I... Oh, it's Jinx that I said could be in here, right? Jinx. Welcome, Jinx. I didn't get distracted working on a project. I swear. Pipe, we find that, yeah, it is insulated right now, but we'll swamp it out. I'm such a slave driver. Oh, yeah, probably a little bit. When the shrooms come online, food will be okay. Yeah, but we need an awful lot of them. Like, there's only a couple here. We need a whole lot more spores. And we keep bringing in duplicates. So we're at 0 calories again. The reality is, a few mushrooms are not going to make... Not going to make the difference between happiness and death. Priorities. Oh, that was weird. Their faces were all purple. That was kind of cool. Yeah, we have them prioritized as chef already, so that's fine. He's cooking up a storm, making some omelets for people. Just goes to show the depths at which I will go to try to keep my duplicates alive. I hate eggs. I would never cook an omelet for myself in my life. Who do I have as duplicates at the moment? We have a whole bunch of them. Whole bunch. So we have Eric Cartman, Dr. What, Sun Honey Sage, Lives Alive, Sibylle, Nick Bost, Snoops NZ, Mackenzie, Carter Clark, Crazy Sammy 37, Mr. Chaos Guy, Karma King, Brittany Sloan White, Cerberus Bloodmorn, Texas Wrath, TGP, Matt Cherrier, Zach Rhino, Durgan 8D, Still Snow, Steel Wolf 19, Caleb, TRD Taco, Cruller 764, and Jinx, who does not have a job. Jinx needs a job. How about Groundskeeper? Probably doesn't fit with anything you want to do, but we have so many duplicants, I mean, we can afford it. Wait a minute, Turd Taco doesn't have a job either. Oh my gosh, neither does Cruller. Okay, I guess we can spread them around a little bit. Jinx can go there. They have a passion for that anyway. Cruller, how about mining? 0 skill. Yeah, whatever, do it anyway. At this point, it doesn't matter. There's so many duplicants, they can do almost anything. Dun, dun, dun. You said on my own that I'd forgotten to do a thing. Yeah, I just don't know what. I don't know what. Put ice and stone in your water tank. We don't have much water. The trouble is, it's going to melt before they get it up there, and then we'll have water spills along the way. So that presents a bigger problem. I actually should get to the point soon where I'll start purifying some water. I'm just not thrilled with the temperature variance that's going to induce, so we'll need to pump the water, maybe purify it down here, and then pipe it back out. No time for that tonight, though. We want to uncover this volcano. That's our priority. Volcano. We don't have much water in the main tank. Liquefy ice and snow. It won't make it up there, Dragon Exana. It'll melt on the way up, and then we'll have puddles everywhere. You quit? What do you quit for? Ain't no quitting. This place is working for the company store. There's no quitting here. Oh, we've almost got the volcano uncovered. Observe it. What did I observe it at? I missed something. It's failed to notice the thing in the middle of the screen. What did I miss? Can't believe you only had 1 death. That's some achievement. Well, so far. Still maintain 1 dupe died. Yep, only 1 dupe death. Fox always leaves the doors open, so my dupe can still peep in. I leave the doors open so that they can walk through. It still classifies it as a room without the need for them to open the door. Oh, what do we got? It is a copper volcano. Copper volcano. So we got 1 volcano. Cancel the digger. The chlorine's free. I'm confused. What dig where did I set loose chlorine? Patrick Cake, you'll have to point out which one you're talking about, because I actually don't know. This one's fine. It's got a CO2 lock that's stopping the chlorine from coming out. Are you talking about somewhere else? You can call me Mrs. Lady G. All right, Lady G. I owe my soul to the company store. All right. Everybody's saying there goes the colony, but I'm not entirely sure what you're referring to. So you'll need to kind of clarify, because I didn't change anything up here. And I didn't change anything down here. Or are you talking about the molten copper? Because we're going to just melt everybody down again. False alarm with the chlorine. Okay, good. So confused. A Kappa volcano? It generates officers? No, it's only Kappa if you're in, like, Boston. Sorry, Boston. It was more it was more of a jingle than a song, though, really. Oh, the copper volcano. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, on the plus side, it can't produce enough to take out the whole colony. It's pretty far down here. At some point, it will. All right. So now that that's done, let's start to think a little bit about what I want to do with my exosuit room. So I'm gonna plan to build it down here. A little bit. How many tiles high is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, good. I don't know why I always build 4 tiles high. It's actually not really a necessity. Something about the way that I build. It's because most of the buildings are like 2 tiles high, and that leaves me room for a paint, like a portrait. So it's become like this de facto thing where every time I build something, that's just what I do. Makes no sense. All right, Exosuit Dock. We will set this here. No, not the dock. I want the checkpoint. I want to have lots of room for suits here. So we'll set it there. We'll give them a nice fancy floor because, I mean, why not? When they dig this out, we're going to let a bunch of gas in. So let's maybe not do that one. Okay, and then we'll need a bunch of Exosuit Docks. I'm probably going to need a bunch of refined materials for this. Yeah. Gold. How much gold do I have? 32 tons. I'd say we're okay for gold. Okay. Maybe not. Give me gold. Over here, I think is going to be the oxygen room that I'll use. I'll set up my little pump system over here. That way it's nice and close by. Man, they're just going to town. It's like ordering the ants to work. They just tear through it now. It's stuck in this lime storage. Yeah, it's kind of fine in there, actually. Until I decide to wrangle that thing, it's perfectly fine for it to be wild. It's not going to live forever. H32 of 150 cycles, so it's got plenty of cycles left on its lifespan. So I'm not in a huge rush to get at it, to be honest. Sold my soul to the company store. Let's insulate all this. Let's start to insulate over here. We can dig this out also, because why not? Who's suffocating? It's good that I put that little, Okay, that's a lot of suffocation. Guys, you're not trapped. Only if you can get out. Let's, disable this building for now. Okay, he is trapped. Oh, now you're trapped too. Oh, you guys are... Oh, there we go. You turned it off. Now we got it. They're fine. It's fine. Nobody died. Crisis averted. For the moment. The world seed I got the most copper I had access to was 15 tons. Really? This particular world seed had a lot of copper, and there's a lot I still haven't dug up yet. Oh, actually, no, there actually isn't that much left I haven't dug up. Little bits of it up here I haven't dug up, but up at the top part, we had quite a bit of it. I kind of dodged using it a bunch as I went along. So I guess that's all we have left up there, but we have... That's still almost 15 tons that we have available 72 cycles in, so that's not so bad. It's a huge lineup at the ladder. Poor suffocating duplicants. I'm such an evil taskmaster. Okay, let's put our ventilation system in. Gas pump here. How do I want to tackle this? I kind of don't want to let CO2 in this room all the time. So I think I'm gonna we'll build access to this from underneath. Like this. Here we'll put a little fancy door. I'm not going to make it out of like the other door because I don't really care to power it. Put a little ladder here so they can get up into the space. We're going to throw heavy watt joint plate right there. Connect this to the heavy watt wire. So we'll make it out of iron because we got lots right now. Connect that over there. Send it here. Insulated wall. Okay. So that'll be our dedicated oxygen supply for our fancy exosuit scenario. This is going to get pumped out of this space over to here. I'm going to need to split the pipe a couple times. So we'll go like this. And then if you're wondering why I'm setting it up that way, is because I'm gonna do at least 3 more on this side, so I'll have like it'll split 50% to each side. It's not gonna give it exactly even distribution, but at some point you can only split it evenly so many times without creating like just a ridiculous network of piping. So this will work fine. It will do for whatever my needs are anyway. I need more of this, but I undercut the floor so they can't actually do it because, you know, brains and all. Cryptic is my favorite Canadian show, apart from the Letterkenny and 19-2. Thanks, Jafar. How do you toggle on that resource list? Which resource list? Are you talking about like when you're picking something to make? Or are you talking about like their priority for things? Nobody put Snipebot in the corner. All hail the Nightbot. Someone will suffocate in that oxygen room. Yeah, almost guaranteed. They're gonna trap themselves in there before they finish. All right, hold on. We'll slightly alter the priorities a little bit. We'll put them 6 priority. We'll let them finish the door system here first. Give them a way out. That way they can't trap themselves in there. Or I say they can't trap themselves in there, but I'm sure they'll still manage it because, you know, duplicants are duplicants. In some ways, this is a bit of a silly setup because actually, if I run... if I run out of oxygen for some reason, if this like runs out of algae, and these suits use up all their oxygen because of whatever reason, and then I need to resupply it, I'll have to like turn off the gate so someone can get to it to even feed the system. It's not my most brilliant setup, but in light of the space that we're working with there, it'll do fine, I guess. Cryptic has a slight Canadian accent with his about. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. I don't have as much of a Canadian accent as I might because I work for a company that deals predominantly with clients in the U.S. So I've spent the last 13 years talking to people in the U.S. all the time. So my accent's maybe not as pronounced as it used to be. I don't think it was ever, like, crazy or anything, but I'm pretty sure I had more of an accent than what I have now. Stations. Let's go ahead and we'll... Nope, I don't have any more of that still. More heavy wire. Plug this in and just slam it all through here. And then we'll just have to get down to the busy work of actually making the suits because I don't have any of the fibers I need. Which I guess is where the Drecos could come in handy. Start to wrangle some of them up. No, on the right hand of the HUD, the white text starts with raw metals. Oh, it's just a little, they're little, like, little drop downs. You can just click on them. These are here automatically, and if you click on them, it expands them. And then if you want to find where stuff is, you can, like, click on it, and it will, like, move you around to where the different resources are. Food shortage! I'm gonna damage all my suits here. Oh, there is oxygen in that space. That's handy. Oh, it's already running. Okay, good. Hooray! Okay, that's going. It'll fill these up for the suits we don't have. That's a perfectly good use of power. Powered algae. No trouble at all. I probably should look at... Where's my... not refined metal, raw minerals, organic. There we go. Algae, 6.6 tons. All right, so we're okay for now. It's okay for now, but we have run past the midnight hour. So I'm going to call it a wrap for tonight. Thanks, everyone, for coming to hang out for the stream tonight. I appreciate all of you coming to enjoy the stream. Hope you had fun. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, consider clicking on the subscribe button. Tomorrow night, we'll be playing Oxygen Not Included again at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm going to try and play more of the Don't Starve Hamlet beta, the closed beta that's running through the end of the month as well. So look forward to seeing some more of that. I'm going to be working on some videos for Green Hell. I need to do some more Car Mechanics Simulator. I had a wonderful person who follows my channel. I think it was Snoops. Send me a gift for, oh gosh, what's the name of that game? The night game. I can't even think. My brain is like mush some nights. By the time I finish, I got so many games in here now. What is that night game with the bugs? Hollow Knight. There we go. So we're going to be playing some Hollow Knight at some point on the channel. So kind of a bunch of stuff coming up. But thanks again, everyone, for coming out. I appreciate all the super chats and for the new membership this evening as well. All your support is greatly appreciated. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.